put one against the. She said, sister looked better than her. Beyonce did. I said, listen, Beyonce is growing into a full-grown woman and not taking anything from her sister and everything, but she has not developed into that yet. But she's coming into it. You see, and we got to stop picking. You know, and even Christians too got some talking about she's conceited. She's just you. It ain't that she's conceited or whatever. You just can't let everybody jump up in your face. If you know that right there to death, you don't say, hey, hey, hey. Somebody see you got some energy. They want to jump. Man, they just jump like they want to jump into you. You understand? You got to, hey, hey, hold up. Back up a little bit. Now we talking all that touching and rubbing, and you know what I mean. You got to check people and everything. And so you know, people talk about Beyonce, but she has truly evolved, and you know, and I remember her from the Survivor. You know that record, Survivor. I guess I was Survivor too at the time. All the old crazy relationship. Survivor myself. I had to listen to that record myself. I ain't the only man. I ain't the only man. I ain't the only man had to listen to it. Many times I thought about myself on it. I'm a survivor. But today I want to talk to you, Miss Jessica Walker, Doctor. What's happening in the black community that we're not getting married today? Do we have too much drama? Even in Christ, do we have too much drama?
Well, I think that when it comes to marriage, we have to understand where it actually originated from. If it originated from the Father, then He is the manufacturer of it. Yes. And if He's the manufacturer of it, He's the one that has all the blueprints. He has the rules, and I think we try to develop our own rules when it comes to relationship. Sure. Because we want to guard our own heart.
Right, right.
We don't want God to be the protector of us. We want to protect ourselves.
Well, let me say this right here, and coming up from what we came through in the Jim Crow law. Now, I was really raised at the kitchen table, like we're sitting at this round table. My mom and daddy talked about, because my father was 45 years older than me, so my mother was like 42. So their whole journey of talking really was civil rights. You understand? Talk a lot about, that's how I got a lot. I didn't get a lot from reading. I'm getting it now, but most of the stuff that I got was from them, and they sit around the table. And they talked about the Jim Crow law a lot. Especially my mother. She talked about that law, man. That law was on the table every time I had cornbread and rice and beans, you see. So the idea is that coming up from what we come from today, and we have evolved economically.
Yes, we have.
Psychologically, we have evolved and things. Is the games the same? Because I'm meeting people that's talking I don't know, and they're talking a whole lot of things. I was with a woman the other day, and we were talking about relationships and things, and not only did she say about the brother had to have a good job, she said he had to have a good pedigree, meaning that she wanted to know what his mama did, and grandmama, and that grandmama, and all that right there. She wanted to know was he educated and this, that, and all. I sit there, I said, wow, I said, so in other words, if he was one in the family that just, God gave him an energy and popped him up, and he became the big CEO, or whatever he became, I guess that still wouldn't be enough. She said, no, she wanted a pedigree. So what's going on with our psychology? What's going on with our mind? Are we sick or lame?
Well, in that case, I think she's a little sick, because now you're putting pressure, or you're putting a degree of person that you want in your life, a caliber of person. And first of all, I'm probably the wrong person to talk to with that, because I don't believe that women should be out there searching for men anyway. I believe the man's place is to find a woman.
Without a doubt, but even if he found her.
Even if he found
her. He ain't come along with that pedigree. He can't have her. No matter he find her, call the bishop or call whatever. No matter whether he beam it in like they did, what is it, Sweet Pea or whatever that guy is on CNN, whether they beam him in or whatever, he just ain't enough unless he has this thing. And I'm hearing a lot of this right here, because today we're seeing that a lot of these sisters, I call them big sisters, they making that long money today. And they making that long money and stuff, and they say they don't need them, man, and whatever. They don't, you know, they're becoming, and they're becoming a little hard to deal with, you know, angry and things of that nature. I remember the time I used to run to them, and now I see myself moonwalking from them.
Well, you hit the nail on the head there. You're talking about angry women.
Angry.
Women that have been hurt, and they've placed all of their worth on the dollar sign.
Yes.
What they've accomplished in life and what they've been able to acquire through self-sacrificing, I guess, and or I don't know how they got to where they got to. Sometimes people have sacrificed a lot to get to where they are.
Right.
Some people have scratched and fought to get to where they were.
You're so right.
However they got there, they are putting more credence in how they got there than why they're there.
Well, and then it becomes a vicious circle, because a woman called me the other day and was talking to me about prayer for her sister. And they're down in Georgia, and I said, well, I'll pray. I said, now, what am I praying about? She said, the sister is a doctor, you know, but she got some kind of muscle disease thing. I don't know, some kind of muscle disease. And she was living with this man that was just a common, you know, a man, a station of life and things. But then now they wanted to take it to another level and get married. And the family is furious. The family is furious. They're mad because they feel that she should get a doctor too. You understand me? They want her to have a doctor. The whole family's part. They call in the Reverend, and I listened to him. I said, wait a minute. I'm not going to cast a prayer nowhere. I got kids out here that need parents. I got homeless out here that need this. People not paying their mortgages. I'm not casting a prayer for this foolishness is what get from before me, Satan. What I said. This is nothing but drama.
Yes, that's it.
And then her daughter cussed the man out. Cussed both of them out. I mean, I cussed mine out. And then he would not, you know, she come back later with her uncle to forgive, you know, because he told her she was wrong, and but he wouldn't pick his head up. And she, you know, the mother talked to, of course that's her daughter, but the stepfather never even recognized him as stepfather, called him Johnny or whatever his name is. You know, never, you know, I said, well, that's a stepfather, but they went back to Johnny. They didn't want to claim that he should at least acknowledge that she said sorry. I said, but you know, sometimes you can dig into somebody so hard that it takes a long time. Some people, right?
Yes.
Take that pickaxe and they go into you, boy.
Right.
You know what I mean? That, you know what I mean? You know, before artificial skin and things of that nature and filler, you know, that hole would be there. Take a long time for that muscle to grow back up, see? So, and, you know, I said, well, you know, I can't say nothing about it. I imagine that, you know, it's going to take him some time to heal from, because you don't know from the depths of what you said.
Yes.
You know, so how do we, you know, the families, too, everybody is so involved, in women today dating men on a sneak tip. Dating men, not on the down low, but on the, I guess, undergo. They want to go give on the undergo. They want to go to the movies, but they don't want people to know. You go to church with them, they don't want you to take them to church because they don't want people to you don't sit by me now, you know, because you go into church because they got this circle. They forming these, and I'm not just picking on women, but this is what I'm hearing. These women today are forming these packs. You know what I mean? Where if you don't come with, you know, whatever, you don't even worthy. But then the man will go to the church and then he gets spirit and get noticed. Get noticed in spirit. Right? Now by somebody else.
There you go.
Now he's okay. Right? Now he's accepted. Now you trying to reach back and he ain't trying to sit there. Well, you know what? I've been walking in here by myself for 6 months. I'm okay. Now the problem lies there.
That's right.
You know, we doing what other people used to do to us a lot. We're doing the same old thing. We are starting to fight each other and tear each other down the same old way the man used to do us years ago. We have gotten it. We have not healed from it. And we're getting stupid and silly with it. So what do you do in a case like that? How do you, Doc, I don't know, but what do you do?
Well, you know, this is a deep subject.
I told you it was deep. That's why I called you.
About, you're dealing with the psyche of man. You're dealing with the soulish realm.
mankind. You're gonna have to say man and mankind.
Man,
we don't
mankind.
put man no more.
No, I'm not.
We're gonna put it on
when
both
I say
now.
man, I mean
say mankind. Say mankind. Say mankind.
Okay.
Mankind meaning. Listen, for the Town Talker Talk Show, mankind means woman and man. Let's lay the playing field right. Go ahead.
Okay. When you're dealing with the psyche of mankind, you're dealing with the soulish realm.
Yes.
You're not dealing with the spirit. They're not dealing with relationships out of a spiritual vein. They're dealing with it out of a soulish vein. And I know it sounds